Hey everybody, this is David at BarnYard Bees. I want to show you something interesting. This might happen to some of you before, but it's the first time that I've ever seen it happen. This right here is a little 2-frame nuke, and it just so happened to have one of these plastic frames that I don't like. There's a lot of people that like these plastic frames. A lot of people have a lot of good luck with them. I don't. I just don't particularly like them. For one reason, they build a lot of wild comb. They just don't seem, for me anyway, to draw them out uniform. And I know what people will say, well, paint you some wax on them and it'll make them. I've done all this. I've tried all this. And for some reason, I just not had any luck with them, but I know a lot of people has. But anyway, what I done, this hive was pretty much useless because I couldn't even get into it. Because it was glued together by the frame. There was nothing you could do for it. So I finally dug it out and had the queen inside on another frame that I transferred over from another hive because I had to scrape it out. It was a pretty bad mess. So what I did, I was in a hurry. It was one of those things where, you know, because I still work night shift. I still have to go in at work, and I stay really busy on my days off. Now I got 30-some chickens we got raising. I got a big garden. I stay busy a lot. So what I did, I just set this frame out and just let it sit here. Just let it sit outside, because usually when I do that, a lot of those bees will hatch. What's left of them, they'll go back inside the colony, and then once it's cleaned up, I'll remove the frame. Well, here's what happened. Now they've stayed through the rain and everything. Of course, it does have a little bit of a shelter on it. The frame sticks over, so that kind of does shield it a little bit. So what these bees have done, and I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to continue to let this go like this. I just want to see how big it will get. It's pretty much, if you look under the hive here, you'll see where these bees had not only joined to the box and have got wax and drawed out comb up against the box, but also underneath, they're continuing to grow their comb up underneath. I can't get down to, I hope I got it in focus where you can see good. I'll hold it down there a little bit. Like this, maybe it'll come in focus. Pretty sure there's the queen still on it. They abandoned the inside, and there's just a handful of bees inside. And they've pretty much all come outside to join these bees, also with the queen. So, if you ever see any of that happen, let me know in the comments. Pretty interesting. There wasn't a whole lot of bees to invest in that I lost here, and I still haven't lost them. It was a very small colony. Well, they kept on growing, and they've laid eggs. Of course, some of the cat broods hatched, hoping they went inside. And now they're continuing to build up under. But I'm going to let this go. I'm going to see how big this gets. Of course, by the end of the year, I'm going to have to do something with it. But as an experiment, and I'll keep you all posted too, and we'll show you, make occasional videos on it, just see how it does. It's almost like what they call an air hive. Where the bees, I think that's what it's called, where open hive, where the bees, and they do it most in like tropical climates where they actually will build in a tree, just an open colony, without having to be inside. And the cold and it's not cold enough to hurt them, and it's even the rain doesn't hurt them. But thought that'd be interesting just to keep an eye on, see what happens. So stay posted, and we'll keep watching this hive and see how it does. One thing's for sure, the wax moths, it won't have an issue with wax moths, because wax moths hate being exposed to sunlight, and this is always going to be exposed to sunlight. So that's kind of interesting to see how that'll play out. But don't forget, folks, it's just one of those things. We'll watch it. Don't forget, click on the little bell, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching BarnYard Bees.